Now, the third and the last phase of the Jammu and Kashmir Assembly elections is being held today.
Security has been heightened as expected in the valley amid the polls, especially in the regions close to the international border. Areas like Baramulla, Kupwara, Bandipora, Kathua and Udhampur are close to the line of control and international border where polling is underway amid tight security. 29 polling stations are situated near the line of control.
Now, voting is taking place from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. local time, with special polling stations also set up for the occasion. Polling is being held in 16 constituencies in Kashmir division and 24 constituencies in the Jammu division.
India's election body, the Election Commission of India, set up 5,060 polling stations with 240 special polling stations across 7 districts. Over 20,000 polling staff were mobilized on Monday across 7 districts of Jammu and Kashmir for the third and final phase of assembly elections. Among these are the pink polling stations managed by women, stations designed for individuals with disabilities and those run by youth. Additionally, there are 45 green polling stations aimed at promoting environmental awareness.
In this phase, nearly 3.9 million voters will decide the electoral fate of 415 candidates, including 2 former Deputy Chief Ministers, Tara Chand and Muzaffar Beig. Prominent candidates in the last phase of assembly elections are Sajid Ghani Lone of People's Conference, Raman Bhalla and Tara Chand from the Congress, and Muzaffar Hussain Beig fighting as an independent. For more on this, our special correspondent Idris Lone is now joining us live from Bandipora, Jammu and Kashmir. Thank you so much for joining us, Idris. Idris, what can you tell us about the security apparatus there, also all of the preparations that are underway for the polling? I can see there are a lot of people queuing up behind you already.
Well, exactly. We are right now in the Bandipora district in the Sumbal polling booth, and as you can see, there are hundreds of people who have queued up already since 7 a.m. here at this polling booth. There are a huge number of men as well as women who have come to cast their vote. Let me tell you that in parliament elections also, we saw huge participation of people, especially in the northern part of Kashmir where the election is being held today. And today also, as you can see in your visuals, there are long queues of people outside every polling booth in the Bandipora district. In Baramulla, in Kupwara, the situation remains the same. The people participation is huge. There's a huge bouquet of candidates also this time that they have to choose from. If we talk about especially North Kashmir, earlier it was only PDP and National Conference, but now with Engineer Rashid's entry also, it's going to be a big challenge for these regional political parties. If we talk about the regions in Jammu, there are 24 seats that are going to polls today. Some of the seats very close to the line of control and international border, and are the areas which have seen a lot of violence in the last 6 months. There are some areas like Kathua, which has seen a lot of ambushes and attacks, and just 2 days ago there was an encounter there. So security is one of the major concerns in those areas, and there are 30 critical polling stations which are very close to the line of control and international border where the security has been put on high alert. But everywhere we go, there's a 3-tier security system in place, and security forces making sure that the polling for today, which is the last assembly polling today, should pass off peacefully across Jammu and Kashmir, especially in the areas which are close to the line of control and international border.
Idris, the bulk of the seats which are going to polls today are from the Jammu region, and many of these seats are where BJP had performed best back in 2014, last time the polls were held. What's the scope looking like right now across the parties?
Well, exactly. If we talk about the Jammu region, it has always, at least in the last 10 years, voted for BJP in the parliamentary elections. But let me tell you, this is the first election after the abrogation of Article 370 and 35A, and it's going to be a litmus test for the Bharatiya Janata Party because they were the ones who took this decision, and it's to be seen whether on the ground people still support them when it comes to the assembly elections. Although in the parliamentary elections, both the seats in the Jammu region went to BJP, but assembly elections are completely different, and on the ground situation sometimes is different than what you perceive. In the Kashmir region, there seems to be, it seems still difficult for the BJP to make an entry, but they do have partners which can go on after the elections with the BJP and form the government. But it needs to be seen how many seats will these local political parties actually get on the ground, because National Conference and Congress in coalition in the Kashmir region does have an impact if we talk about the northern part of Kashmir as well as the central Kashmir.
All right, Idris, thank you so much for getting us the latest. We'll connect with you later in the day as well to get an understanding of how the polls at this final phase is progressing. That was Idris Lone getting us the latest from Bandipora, Jammu and Kashmir.